All right, I want to welcome everybody to the family tree. Put your hands together, family. Hey.
All right.
Woo-hoo. See y'all. Always good to see y'all on Hump Day, Wednesday. We getting it in. It's good to see the family. And, this is the day we say we're going to get things back in order with the holistic health.
I know that's right, man.
That's right. All right. Big B, how you doing over there, buddy? You all right?
Man, I'm doing well. We just had just a little bit of a slimmer stuff. I heard it. It really rained some other places around here.
All right. I'm going to bring the music on down.
Yeah.
We're going to get started. All right.
You so slick. You sound like a DJ with that music.
Hey, man, you gotta fade out. That's right.
Hey, Ron, he trying to get cute on that, Ron. I gotta tell you, man.
I'm just trying to be. So much technicals going on.
I know, man. What can I say?
All right, we want to say, welcome to everyone. It's coming through. This is the first time joining us. Welcome to the Family Tree. This is the place we call the Family Tree because we remember the ancient laurel trees, and that means that around this tree, this is where we talked about situations, problems, anything going on in your heart and mind. This is also where we prayed. We call it the ancient laurel trees because this is real social security.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You gotta say it slow, Big B.
Not just slow, but social security.
That means it's your family. That's right. It's not a check. It's your family.
That's right.
So with that being the case, we want to say we invite you to the conversation this evening. Anything you have on your heart and mind, you can ask us a question. Just go right down to your chat bar, right where you see reaction with the heart down there. Click on that and you can join the conversation. Be a part of it. Or if you want to get in queue, go down there and pick up. You can put your hand up like Big B up there.
Well, yeah, buddy.
All right, and you can ask any question. We'll try to answer it. We don't have all the answers, but we can try to get it for you. Okay.
That's right.
If you're someone that says, "Well, hey, I don't want to do all that. I want to just ask a question," you can put your information down in the chat box. And Prophetess, aka Fingers,
in the house. Prophetess is in the house.
Let's everybody give Prophetess a hand. Come on,
That's
Prophetess.
Right. That's exactly
Put
right.
Yo.
Amen. All right.
Yeah, man.
All right, Prophetess. Thank you so much for all you do, Prophetess. She's going to put it down in the chat, and before you can even ask the question, sometime she's going to put it right there. And
I know that's
we
right.
already talked about it at some level, right, Big B?
Sister be flying. Her fingers be flying, man.
He's smoking over there, smoking. All right. And if you're somebody that says, well, hey, I'm calling by phone and I did not get the prompt or it tells you where to actually ask a question, don't worry. Just let us know that you're calling by phone and we'll try to get to you. All right.
Yep.
So we want to say first, we want to give a shout out for our host with the most, Big B, Bill 1L Morgan.
All right, Big Bill.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, I'm doing well. No complaints at all, brother.
So how you doing, man? You doing good over there, buddy?
Hey, man, for a young brother, what I told you. Hey, what's my mantra? You got the nerve to wake me up. I got the nerve to do what you want me to do.
You got the nerve to do something about it. That's right. Hey, man, it rained a little bit over here. How's it over there?
Just a tiny bit. But my wife took my daughter over for a treatment today, and they say it rained like a big dog over there in the Glassboro. So I don't know. That's only like about 5 miles away from it, but they really got it over there. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm gonna sit because that's chilled all day long.
You tucked away in the corner over there, man. You don't never get no bad weather.
You know what, brother? I'm blessed by the best. I don't know what else to say.
That's right. So tell us, Big B, what's going on. We've been all throughout the year tracking down this thing called, measles. We've been looking at the bird flu, but also we're looking at the flu because, the flu kind of stays around all year round.
Yeah, it does.
So with that, what's our latest numbers that we have there, buddy?
Well, we're still close as we were pretty much last week, and still some of them are still going down, Dr. B. So our permanent, well, I would say our tentative positivity for the whole idea for our early indicators is that it's going at 2.9%. Again, sliding down. Emergency department visits, my friend, 0.4%, sliding down. I got no complaints about that, brother.
Yeah, that's right.
Our rates per 100,000 population, again, 1.3, sliding down. Hey, man, you're not going to get any complaints out of me. And of course, our big one is the death thing, brother. Guess what? Down 0.5%. It was at 0.7 the last time I saw it.
Wow.
I'm dancing in the corner right now,
we're
brother.
doing good, man.
Yeah, man.
Those are sharp numbers. That's right.
Ooh, yes, sir, man. So that's where I am.
Yeah, we are still following those. Numbers are still coming down. We have the weather that's actually working on our behalf because the warmer it gets outside, the more, germs can't sit around that long. So
exactly.
That's a good thing, but we are still watching the bird flu. We are watching the measles too. Did y'all hear about the concert that was in Jersey? It was the Shakira performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. So apparently there was measles.
No, I didn't hear that. I'm right here in Jersey.
Yeah. Shakira fans who managed to make it the MetLife Stadium.
Oh, okay.
Whoever attended that stadium, they're being warned about the measles.
Wow.
Which was they're considering that it was potential exposure associated with identifying cases of
right now. Event.
And have you ever been to Met Stadium? Have you ever been to MetLife Stadium?
No, I haven't. Haven't been up there.
Yeah, I've been there to that area. So they're saying that potentially exposed individuals could develop symptoms. That's what they're saying. So hopefully that's not something that can strike here in the East, because that would be really not good. Because the fact that one person would infect so many people in a stadium, that would be something of a problem.
Indeed.
So, so that's the hottest news right now that's going on. But we're going to we'll keep up in date on that. And if anything comes up, we'll keep everybody in the family on top of it. All right.
Okay.
All
sure.
Right. We're going to open up the lines now. We're going to say, hey, this is the time when we say this is the testimony. We always start off with a testimony. If you're joining for the very first time, welcome. We say that this not be the last time you join us, because we talk about all the time health and healing and from the inside out. We say to know thyself, but a lot of it happens with testimonies. You got to know, testimonies go a long way, Big B, because what happens with testimonies, somebody's either going in a storm or coming out of a storm. So with that, I'm going to tell you that the times when I sit with folks, you really need that, because sometimes you're going through something, you say, you know what? Sometimes a testimony will help you get through this whole process. Because, I remember all the time. You remember Les Brown? You remember Les Brown, right? Les Brown used to always say, if I fall, let me fall on my back. Because if I can look up, I can get it.
I know that's right.
That's what I'm talking about. So with that, a testimony is a long way, because it helps someone to inspire them along their way, no matter where you are in the journey. So even if you have something small that you've tried, maybe what we talk about here, or maybe even something that you heard somewhere else, say, grandmom and them used to tell me. We share and open it up today. And anything like blood pressure might have been better this week. I'm not in much pain this week, or something like sugar levels was down. Oh, whoa, that's all beneficial. So we take that into consideration. We say we celebrate you here on the Family Tree. So at any time, you have a testimony, you can say anytime during the whole show, because Big B, we got a lot of stealth sometime. After
I know that's right, buddy.
They come sliding right on in. But if you have anything at this moment, the floor is officially open. If you have a testimony on your heart and mind, the floor is officially open, Big B. All right?
All right.
Anybody have a testimony?
Slide on in.
Hi, everybody. Dr. Paul.
Big Go, Stephanie. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, who's that, Stephanie?
Yep, that's Stephanie.
Hey, Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm blessed, and you all too?
Good,
everybody. So a testimony of about 5 months ago, we was going through a storm, and we're coming out seemingly now. And you took the time to help counsel someone with a right broken toes, and then the left ankles had fractured. So we didn't want to get him on the plane. He did the train, and now they wanted to give him cortisone shots. He said no. They want with the NGB that he had been taking for 5 months. It's diagnosed that he can use his own stem cells to go back into those areas to heal.
Well,
he's so happy he didn't, no blood clots or nothing.
Whoa, wow, that's powerful. Everybody come on here for Stephanie. Come on, y'all. Y'all better hear y'all. Y'all hear that? Come on, y'all. Come on.
Congratulations.
That is
that's awesome, man. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes. Stephanie, that's an awesome testimony. That's awesome, because, when you're talking about building blood count and bringing the body back to balance, you got to look at definitely that those greens really matter. Yep, that's what it is. Hydrogen, greatest source of energy in the universe, right there. So I'm so proud. Thank you so much for that testimony. And also, we want to thank you for being an advocate on the floor, out in, we say the ambassadors, looking out and helping people in their situation. So we congratulate you also. So let's see. So
trying to get there, but I want to get some. I'm going to get my appointment in, but I want to start. I want some more of the NGBs. That's ready now again.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. If you go right to shop.drpaulherbs.com. So the shop, SHOP, .drpaulherbs, HERBS.com. You can get the NGB, the colon cleanse, parasite. That's going to be a blowout. So we actually just changed platforms. So it's now a part of the Shopify. It's the Shopify site now. So with that being the case, it's easier to check out. You can use very many things. You can even do Apple Pay. You can do a whole lot of different things more.
That's great.
But what I want to do, I want to open that up so that people can actually, you're going to see more products on there. I want it to be a site that we have investigated that these are the best of the products. Because people will say, well, I heard that, there's a vitamin D. Well, what's the best vitamin D? Or, there's vitamin C. What's the best vitamin C?
Yes,
I want to build a platform that's somewhere that you can go to say this was good because this is what it does. Mm-hmm, so thank you so much, Stephanie. We appreciate you, and thank you for being the ambassador out in the field. All right.
All right. Anybody else
have a testimony? Any testimonies? Anybody? Big B? Anybody else coming through with a testimony? Heart pressure, last long in the gym.
Well,
I get a lot of that one lately. People say, man, I used to be in the gym. I couldn't last 2 minutes, but now I'm good.
Oh, boy, I tell you.
Yeah. Okay.
Got to keep going, though. Dr. B.
Yeah, that's right. So if there's no other testimonies, we're going to go to the lines and we'll open up the lines. And if anybody have questions, concerns, we'll go to the lines. All right. And let's see. Who else is coming in? Come on in, family. Come on in.
Let them in.
Come on in to join the family tree. Good. Everybody doing well. All right, Big B, let's go to either the chat and Prophetess. Do you have anybody on Facebook? Let us know where we are, okay?
Well, Libby has a question here, Dr. Hall, and then we'll go take some of the other folk inside the chat. So how true do you find this statement? People claim the only way to stay healthy is to get vaccinated, to meet nutrients they need for their bodies and to fight infections and viruses. That's Libby.
No, I've never heard anyone say that is to be vaccinated for nutrition. I've never heard that. And that's only if you're doing like intravenous, like you're doing IV therapies, things like that. That's the only time. I've never known any vaccine. If that was the case, then every time you get a vaccine, they would be in the nutraceutical industry. Yeah, not at all. So vaccines are for the purposes of, doing what they do. So we know that when you feed the body corrects itself 11 times faster. That's it. So we look at where are you right now. So there's no need to do that if you're building the body up. So
that's right. Okay, Dr. B. All right. Well, Barbara wants to know how safe is a suprapubic catheter for MS patient who has an existing catheter and who has frequent UTIs from it?
Yeah, that's a little complicated. We definitely I would have a lot of questions for them on that. So with that, the whole issues with catheters, you got to keep cleanliness, and when, I'm sorry that is Neetha online? Is Neetha in here?
Yep.
When you're dealing with, Neetha can probably spin on that a lot more than anyone because she's a nurse. So with that, she can talk about what's happening when you got to keep those catheters clean and the fact that, UTIs and all the things that are infections are the biggest thing that's going on with that.
I'll put my information in the chat. You can definitely give me a call.
Yes, definitely. So, and also, Nisa, for those that are calling by maybe phone and that don't have
Okay, I'll do it now.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. My number is 267-970-0342. I'll repeat, 267-970-0342. Would be glad to talk to her about that.
Yeah, because Nita, I'm sure you've seen many cases where infections are the biggest issue. So keeping them clean and doing it properly, You know, you got to have
And
somebody.
then also it has to do with why a person has a catheter.
Yep, exactly.
Well,
You got
okay.
it.
Well, all right now. Well,
yep, absolutely. Why do you have it to begin with? Yep. Okay, good stuff.
All right. Sam says, Sam, he just being transferred, Dr. Paul. I'm addicted to sugar. So, and white
You
collar.
addicted to sugar.
I'm addicted, brother. So what do you do to get those anti-inflammatory things down, man? Get off the sugar. Stop.
What's his name again?
That's Sam, Dr. V.
Sam. You can't mess with this sugar, man. The sugar.
Salt, white flour.
Oh.
All three of them. You got all of them. Don't get them run out, but just stay down.
Yeah. So when you have sugar, number one, it's refined. You know, we got to stay with refined sugar, refined salt, and refined oils, and refined. Anytime you're dealing with flour, like that stuff is bleach white flour is the worst thing, because ultimately you got to say, remember, who's the greatest refiners? We are. So if you've already refined it, it's nothing there. It's dead. So issues with cravings. Okay, we always talk about those three that dealing with sugar.
Yeah.
You deal with the cravings. Start with not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul. One is the gymnema, Gymnema, gymnema. Okay. Another one is genosthema.
What is that?
Yeah, now, prophetess, you got that list?
I will in a minute.
Okay, you got the spelling on the genosthema? Gynostemma. Got it? That's the genosthema. And the last one, it would be Banaba. Banaba. Right. Banaba.
And what is that?
Those are all three used for sugar balance, sugar control, sugar cravings. You can also deal with bitter melon is also good. So you notice that it's the bitters that help to regenerate the pancreas. So any pancreas issues where it's a concentration issue, that's when most of the times when people are having sugar, cravings and things like that, you got to look at that. But it also deeply goes into those food cravings. You remember we talked about those food cravings, y'all? What sugar does. Sugar is for, that's dealing with how you give and receive love.
Have mercy now.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right now.
It's based on how, because we've been given that even as children. It's a form of saying, hey, love. It's a form of love. So you say, hey, little boy, girl, here's a little lollipop.
Yeah. I know
say,
that's right.
Your auntie come up and say, come on, give me some sugar.
Give me some sugar.
Give me some sugar. Give me some sugar. You better not go over auntie and try to act like you don't want to kiss.
You better mouth her ass that way, boy.
You got it. And so that means that we're rewarded. So you got to stop rewarding yourself with sugar. That's what I would say, Sam. So stop rewarding yourself with sugar. That's where it starts. We put in what's called the prosthesis. Prosthesis means something in place of. So wherever you have the desires to have sugar, one of these herbs can be something of a balancer as a tea. So the genosthema, I love genosthema teas because it has a little bitterness to it, but it has a nice little taste to it. It kind of reminds me of nettle, but genosthema has the ability, and it has the ability to give it a little slight bitterness, but not too bitter. And the gymnema and the banaba, same thing, is a tea form. So whenever you get those cravings, you can actually go to it and say, hey, I got a craving for, sugar, grab yourself a tea. Keep it with you. That's what we use to transition those that have any level of addictions to anything. That goes along with, drugs, any sort of something you're trying to break, some kind of habit. We say added prosthesis, smoking, all of those. We take that little, get your little mug going, get the hot teas, and then whenever you have that craving, what do you do, Big B? Add a little tea. Use that. You're doing something in that process in place of. You're putting a good thing in place of, something that you really need to change up. So keep that in mind. But Sugar cravings. A lot of people got that problem, man.
Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah.
Hey, been there, done that, y'all. So what can I tell you?
Okay.
All right. Alvin says, I understand that when drinking onion tea, it must be hot. What about dandelion leaves and chickweed tea? Can you drink them cold? I'm in a very hot climate.
They're all good. It's always when it's hot, we say hot because it's able to penetrate the pores better. And that sounds like something that maybe my friend in Botswana is talking about. Is that what he is?
No, that's Alvin. That's Al Sylvester.
Okay.
That's Al.
I'm about to. That was
Harold. Harold said,
Fine,
I'm just laying in the cut. Don't be messing with me.
We're going to keep checking on you, man. Make sure you awake, brother. Hey, y'all, first of all, let's give a shout out for Harold White. He's actually in Botswana, Africa. And it's about 2:00 in the morning.
Oh, wow.
About 2:00 in the morning.
For the tree. That's
welcome.
I love that's dedication right there, y'all. That's right. So we're going to keep an eye on Harold, make sure he's still awake. Big B gonna shake his tree. Yeah, I see you, bro. He look like he ready though. Look at him.
I told him I'm gonna get me a hat like here, but I know why I got it on now. Yeah. I heard that. I got that.
So keeping that in mind, teas always hot are more thermal. The thermal means it penetrates deeper and absorbs better in the body. So that's why we say hot teas. Yeah, you can have them cool. I mean, but still, thermal tends to be a little bit more effective. That's why we say hot teas do a long way. Yep.
All right, Dr. Queen, let's go up to Dorothy Dorothy Stewart. You there up in the corner? You there, Dorothy? Then we'll come back with a couple of more.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
Good evening.
Dr. Paul, I'd like to know anything I can do to raise the add some alkalinity to purified water.
Purified water. That's the problem because it's a problem because it's already purified. Ultimately, you got to say, if you got to purify, what was it before you had it? Bad water. You got it? Okay. So that's why I tend to not try to take something that's already dead and try to bring it alive. Just get live water to begin with. You got me?
I don't have it available to me right now.
Yeah.
So, but the other thing I want to know then, can I add coconut water with your green drink?
Sure. Okay. Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, my problem is solved.
Yeah. I got you.
That's easy.
Are you traveling right now? Are you traveling?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Where if I may ask, where are you right now? Are you in?
I'm in Belize right now.
Oh, you're in Belize right now?
Yes, and I brought
we got Africa in the house. We got Belize in the house.
Man, don't mess with the tree, boy.
That's awesome.
And I brought the green drink with me. So
all right, there you go. There you go. Tell Belize. And you know what? Now this is an interesting thing about Belize because that's one of my next spots. That's one of my next spots that I'm heading to. There's a spot in Belize called Hopkins Beach. You know about Hopkins Beach?
Yes, I do. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to be heading down there because somebody told me you might have some relation down here. So I said, all right, well, I'll be there.
I think my son probably told you that.
Yeah. So we're going to head on down there. So be safe in your journeys, okay?
Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. All right, bye-bye.
All right, we all over the world today, Big B.
Man? Brother, that's what's up, man.
We all over the world today.
The family is reporting from everywhere.
Family tree is reporting in. They're reporting in. They're coming from all over. That's right. Okay, what you got?
All right, Nikki wants to know what's the best way to treat high cholesterol.
Everybody has their spin. I have my spin because I see, every day when people come in and what's effective and what's not effective. I've always been strong in telling people it's the oils. You got to stay away from the oils. The oils cause a problem because the balancer of the cholesterol has a lot to do with the liver. And, liver's ability to balance that HDL and LDL caused the problem when you can't balance that LDL. They telling you that's a bad cholesterol, but can't be bad when the body still makes it.
I know that's right.
Got it? So what's happening is it's out of balance because usually if we cleanse the liver, usually you start to see cholesterol levels come down. So one of the things that people take all the time is what? Red yeast rice. Yeah. What else you've heard people say? A lot of different things. All the things that they say that help to bring down cholesterol are also liver cleansers. How about that? Yep. So that's what we look at. Roughage flushes the system, starts to do that. Bring that down. The red onion tea, all those things. You got to watch that plaque. Watch that oil, that canola oil. Y'all know about the canola oil.
Yeah,
Some
man.
of y'all smarter than me. Some of y'all come in and say, man, canola oil is in everything.
Ain't it true?
It's in everything. It's everywhere.
Everything.
Oh, my goodness. It's almost unfair that nobody's talking about this, So just watch the oil, specifically that canola oil, any refined oils. Try to do unrefined, first cold press or expeller press. Those are what you're looking for. First cold press or expeller press. Keep that in mind. All right. Okay. All right.
Okay. Marcia says she was addicted to sugar and barley.
And barley?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Marche, what's that? Marche, what's that barley, girl? It says sugar and barley.
Oh, wait. I said I'm addicted to sugar. Oh, no, I was saying I was addicted to sugar and barely can walk.
Oh, barely. I was gonna say barley. Who be barley? Okay. Barely.
Hello to you all, Dr. Paul. I got Cree on here 2 weeks in a row. My 10-year-old.
What's up, Grady? What's happening?
She got a wart on her toe. She want to know how can she remove it.
What's up, Craig? How you doing? Well, you know what? There's a lot of things you can do. Warts are, signs of a little bit of virus in the system. So you can start with things like neem oil are good. Neem. Also, it's interesting because when the warts show up, where are they appearing? Where is it appearing?
It's one on her big toe, but it was one under her nose that she got removed or whatever. But it's one on her big toe, on the corner of her big toe, but it's very small.
Yeah. So what we do is for anytime you see warts in the system, you can actually put for topical, you can use that Dr. Christopher's black ointment that works well. Okay, but whenever there's that's going on, we go through a process of internally cleansing with viral, those herbs that are antiviral. So not to diagnose, treat, cure of any disease, just food for the soul. Things like thuja, Thuja. Thuja is good. Also, lysine.
Okay. Well, lysine. I've been trying to get her in there, but we're gonna get in there tomorrow. Okay. I'm gonna call Ivy.
That's right.
Let her know what soda and sugar do to kids' brains.
Oh yeah.
hey, Marche, old people's too. Make their brain go bad too.
Oh, yeah.
My mom just bought her a 6-pack of Sprite. I like to have died almost, but
you tell your mom I'm gonna come get her for messing with the baby like that.
Yeah.
Tell her how Sprite not healthy.
Well, remember, soda is carbonated. Carbonated the fizz. Everybody likes the fizz, but the fizz is a problem because it steals energy out of the cell. It spins you acid, so it's gonna make your bones hurt. It's going to make your stomach hurt. It's going to make everything hurt because it's stealing energy from you. Alkalinity.
And make her constipated. She can't poop.
Yeah, that's right. You already got it, Mom. You got it. And what's happening? Also, ultimately, you got to say, if we breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, which is waste, then why are we drinking it?
Right.
That's the key. So that's why it steals energy. And each can of soda has 16 scoops of
sugar.
White sugar.
Ooh, help me, y'all.
White sugar.
Help me,
That's
y'all.
just a can. That's not a bottle. That's a can.
Help me,
16 scoops. You ever see what 16 scoops of pure white sugar looks like?
Good.
Pulls all the moisture out of you. And if it pulls the moisture out of you, it's going to now demand, the body's going to go into a crisis to try to bring more moisture. It says, well, hey, you're giving me all this concentration. I need water. Where it's going to pull it from? It's going to pull it from your arteries and veins, and your pressure is going to go up. And that's why some of the children have rapid heartbeats, because they got too much refined sugars. That's what's happening. So keep that in mind.
So Cree at my mom's house on Zoom, hopping on by herself. So I just want to congratulate her for taking on the initiative to hop on and show up for herself. That's
yes,
all.
let's give Cree a hand, y'all, for showing up. Cree, what's up, Cree?
Cree, that's what's up now.
All right, everybody come off mute for her. Let's come off mute for Cree, y'all. Come on, come on, come on.
Young girl.
Go,
Yes,
Cree.
we encourage.
Cree.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Way to go, Cree.
That's how you get better, Cree. You got to show up and do the work.
Yeah.
Cree.
That's right. That's right. The family's going to show up for you, Cree.
Go, baby girl.
Congratulations, my pretty niece.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And Cree, any questions you have, always bring it to the family. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Thank you, Marche. Thank you, Marche. Appreciate you.
All right.
You too.
Okay, you got it. All right, Nitha, you're up next.
Hey, Nitha, you're
Grand risings, everyone. How are you?
good. Good.
Today, my sister and I are bringing you greetings from New Orleans.
From New Orleans. Go ahead. Go ahead from New Orleans. Hey,
Yeah, that's where we are.
Hold up. We got Africa, we got Belize, and we got New Orleans.
New Orleans in the house. Well,
all right,
well, listen, it's a question. It's a question I really have for Kennedy, but I know I'm not going to get the answer, but it's a question that everyone should ask. My sister and I were watching the news, and I don't know if you heard this, but about this vaccine where it's going to be limited, and it's going to only be given to people who they feel who need it, over 65 or have some issues.
Yeah.
But the key word is, they said, people won't be able to get the updated. That's a word that bothers me.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, how did you update it? What's updated? It's just like when you get your kitchen updated, you change things. What did they change in this vaccine? They never tell you.
Yeah,
that's in it now that wasn't in it before. And they talk about how it helps people do this. I don't know. I question all of that. I don't take any vaccine, but they never talk about or do research on the people who died who had this vaccine as well.
Absolutely. And that's what the CDC is supposed to do. They track those. If you go to cdc.gov, you can actually they're supposed to track, those numbers on where are the side effects, if there's any side effects at all. And if there's to a level, they have to pull the plug on that thing, and what you're saying is exactly what people should be asking instead of going for the promotion. Most people are listening just to the promotion of it and not listening to what is actually in it. And is it something that could possibly or potentially cause a problem if you already have a chronic condition? So yeah, absolutely. I'm right with you on that one. You got to find the details. We need more questions, but it starts at the table where people start to ask the questions. And I hopefully they're going to give us that data of what we really need. Compared to what it was before. Now here's what we got now. And why
that's right.
Because one of the things that people we used to do, the pre and post evaluations, but also peer reviews. All of these things happen, because when you're trying to develop new things to fight whatever's out here, you actually have to do with, say, what's what they call mutagenetic rate of change, or meaning that how is this thing going to mutate over the next 3, 4, 5, 10 years?
Yeah, buddy.
And sometimes the mutagenetic rate was actually 10 years before they could even bring anything out. And that's what it used to be. But now it's like all of a sudden you hear something and then here it is like a month later. Like, wait a minute, that was really fast. You didn't give it enough time to see what it is that you really need. So that would be my concerns, that would be my concern. So I'm right with you, Nitha, on that one,
With all those government agencies that are supposed to regulate those things being defunded
and being shut
down. Yes.
Yep.
That's a huge problem.
Yeah, that's absolutely it. Because now you start saying, okay, you're taking the gatekeepers away. So now you kind of just flow right through, doors wide open. So what are you doing? What are you saying? Who's approving this? Yeah, we got to hold what we call feet to the fire. Make sure you start to ask those questions, family. So good heads up, Neetha. Appreciate you. Yes.
The other thing is, and I'm going to, if I have to say it every week until people understand, because I had to learn this to understand, and I have to give credit to Dr. Burton for helping me to understand. Dealing with cholesterol.
Yes.
A lot of your results when you get back, they don't have the ratio on them. Doctors a lot of times don't even tell you because they don't have no most of the time. But the main when you get your lipids done, because you can figure out your own ratio. If they don't give it to you, you need to know what your triglycerides are. You need to know your total cholesterol. Then you need to know your HDL, and you divide your you divide your total cholesterol with your HDL. That will give you your ratio. I had my lab work done, and I just must say, my lipid levels were great. My ratio was 2.05, and you want to be below 5%, because your ratio is what gives you your risk of heart disease. You can Google that and it's there, but a lot of your doctors don't know and don't talk about it. All they look at is their cholesterol level, and you see it's high. They say it's high because they have lowered it from what it used to be some years ago. So now they can give you cholesterol medication.
That's right.
So you need to learn about the ratio and ask, or I just told you how you can figure it out on your own.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. And that's Dr. Burton's book can actually show you how to do that ratio. Is that correct?
Absolutely, it does. And you made a comment on failing, Dr. Paul. All of us fail at some point in time.
Yeah.
I was told one time, we all fall. You just don't stay there.
That's exactly right.
That's right.
But the other thing is, most of us will fail and we will fall. And it's okay. Because you remember this, when you fall, and if you must fall, don't worry, because the person you will become will catch you.
Yeah, there you go.
That's right. There you
I
go,
like
Nathan.
that
That's
one.
exactly right.
I'm writing that down.
I like that one, Nathan. Yes, absolutely. Shout out to Lisa.
Good one, Nathan.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
The person that's going to catch you is the person you're going to become. I love it. Because you know what? That just shows you that you're going to learn something from everything that you go through.
Absolutely.
And in the time when you're going through we say the furnace or the fire, the baptism by fire, as we used to say, sometimes that's the purification process that you got to go through. You're burning away all the old, and a lot of it has to do with your old thinking.
Yeah. Thinking. Lord, don't you know?
Woo! Let me tell you, man. Some of the folks that I sit down with, some of the biggest problems is that when folks come in that they're sick is because of their old thinking.
That's right.
It has a lot to do with that.
Yes,
Nathan, you hit right on the head with that one. That's part that is.
And you know what? My daughter always says, people, of course, we all have a story. It's in the past.
Yeah.
That's right.
Leave that alone, and it's time to write a new story.
I know that's right.
Keep on moving.
I know that's right.
Don't look back. What did Jesse say? Don't look back. Something probably gonna be gaining.
I know that. Well.
All right. So thank you, Neetha. Y'all enjoy yourself. You and Dr. Clarenda, and then in New Orleans.
Down in New Orleans. Well.
I remember when I was down there, man. I was like, man, I gotta get out of here, man. I was like, man. I said, everything, if you want to try to get away from anything, don't go to New Orleans.
Man, New Orleans is below sea level down there too, man. Anything's possible.
Woo, boy,
help me, y'all.
Tell you.
And if it starts to rain, run. You don't want no caskets following you around.
Enjoy yourself. Have a wonderful time. Yes, have a wonderful time while you're down there. Okay.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
I got a question, Dr.
A lot
Paul.
of history and culture. Enjoy.
Yes, absolutely.
Sheena, was that you? You had a question?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So last week, I told you I was severely constipated.
Mm-hmm.
You told me to try some ingestible Epsom salt.
Well, that was one of the things that's for you. That was just in general. That that's one of the things that are used. Yeah.
Right.
Because until you come in and actually see what's going on, got it? You got to see what's worked for you. Okay, keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, okay?
Okay. Well, I couldn't find it over the counter. So my mom suggested I take some magnesium citrate
Mm-hmm.
and the liquid. It gave me some relief, but it didn't completely relieve me.
Mm-hmm.
So upon looking for the Epsom salt, we went to Sprout and they had something called Mag 07.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't try it yet because I
Yeah,
wanted to get.
I think before you do anything, don't guess. Got it? You need to come in for an assessment. You've been battling with this thing a couple of weeks now, so you got to be careful. You got to get it. You got to know what's going on. See, a lot of time we're speculating. We're not looking at your numbers. It's all going back to what is your numbers. So that's why I say get on in, come on in and get an assessment, okay? So we can see what's happening with you, because it may be something that we gotta through the probing that I'll take you through. We gotta watch your food choices, your water. This is always something in the details that you're looking at. So don't speculate. Find out what is good for you. Got it? And with that, we can start to now move forward. But because these are things that help the system. There's also senna leaf. Senna is another one that's used for constipation, but it moves the digestive system. It sort of brings things together so you can push it out of the system. But ultimately, something is causing you constipation. You got it? Right. So that's why you gotta get down to that. Don't delay that. Okay. Gonna come on in so we can check you out. Okay. And I always tell folks also to keep in mind, the body's a perfect system. Got it? So it's telling you something. Some level of dehydration is happening there. So we got to start to make sure watch your food choices. Watch the food. When we're talking about the fruits and the vegetables, make sure you're not getting processed foods. It's a lot of things that we'll go through when you come through. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
All right,
Sheena. All right. Take care.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Dr. Paul, before we go to Karen, Lynn has a question here. Well, it's comment. This is her first time here. I'm new to this chat. I'm overweight due to a plethora of health issues. This past year's been a big problem. Unemployment, boredom, depression, 2 ankle surgeries on the same ankle. I've been addicted to sugar and crave it, especially at night, and find myself waking up to find sugar. What can I do to replace that with besides tea? I'm too sleepy to wait for the kettle to sort of boil. I need gratification. Gratification is instantly. Help a sister out, Dr. P.
And who is that again?
That's Lynn.
Lynn, Lynn, I hear multiple system imbalances going on. It's a balance issue, which is becoming a lot of people's problem. The balance issues are, the very things that you're saying, the addiction, the sugar, the lack of energy. All those things are common when you need to reset the body. So that means watch your food choices. The first thing I tell folks before you do anything, the beginning stage always starts with water. Got it? Water. That's it. You got to get your water right, and you got to master your water. If you master your water, you can start to clear up a lot of issues. Sometimes 65 to 75% of your problems are solved by dehydration. When you start to get your water, because everything in industry is going against hydration. Think about it. Think about it. Think about it for 2 seconds, right? We got everything that's in the market has some kind of preservative to keep it on the shelf longer so they can make more money. You got it?
I know, that's right.
Got it? So refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. These are things that also make things have a little bit more delectable taste to it. They know that they got you. All they got to do is add sugar to it and you love it. You got it? He said, boy, with this cake, I remember, was it my aunt or somebody used to make this thing called 7-Up cake. Y'all remember 7-Up cake?
Yeah.
She used to make the 7-Up cake, and I said, Auntie, this cake right here is gonna put somebody in a diabetic coma. This thing got so much sugar in it, it's unbelievable. So it's what your choices are, and that war is right up here. Y'all see me right here?
Yeah,
see right here, Big B, like you were saying before. It's right here. It's in your mind. The mind issue is what your cravings are, and also, we got parasites, because they're sentient. You know what sentient means? They're awake. They're aware. So some of these sentient beings and things are waking, saying, you know what? You got that cake downstairs.
Isn't it the truth?
That cake, you watching TV, you trying to watch TV, you got that cake downstairs. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That cake sitting right downstairs waiting for you. You said it be
whispering in your ear, man.
That would go real nice. Go right nice with this show you watching. Come on, go get that cake. You got me? So it's something that we have to get a control of. That's why we call it prosthesis. Starts with mental capacity and control of your situation. Water tends to flush a lot of this stuff out of you first.
Yeah.
So get your water right first. If you start the water, people are talking about water and you got H3O and people are talking about you get it from fruits and stuff like that. That's cool. But now you got a problem with the fruit. Y'all see what's happening with the nitrates, right? The nitrates issue is way over the top for even the organics. So unless you are actually planting and you're doing your own farm and you're getting it from there, you got to watch out for everything. But I know I can get this water. I got it. I got to get this water. I got to get this water because the water helps to flush out this thing. And then you got this other thing, of course, Big B, we talk about every week called the PFAS. PFAS,
yes, Lord.
Polyalkyl flora, this stuff is really, these particulates of plastic are really getting really bad. So that's why we have to stay on top of this, family. So do the best you can with the cravings. We do have the teas that are for cravings. You remember I gave them out? I just gave them out. The Genostema, the Gemnema. You also have the Bonaba. Let's not forget also the chickweed. Chickweed is good too. Chickweed. These are also good for cravings, y'all. So it can help you, but you got to sort of back it up and sort of write things down. What's bugging me? What's on my mind? What's actually causing me to be off balance here? And then, of course, green drinks. Green drinks do well. Green drinks bring your balance back. So keep that in mind. But I would say ultimately, come on, get an assessment. That's right.
That's right. All right, Dr. We had a question over here.
Somebody asked a question. I think somebody had a question.
Wait for a second, Bill. I'm sorry. There's a question in the chat box because since you mentioned the chickweed, someone wanted to add chickweed to their green drink and they want to know how to take that.
Yeah, it depends on what kind of form they have it in. They can have chickweed in herbal form. You can have it in liquid form. You can always add chickweed. Chickweed has ability to really feed the body. That's where it got its name from. The chickweed was, of course, dealing with the chickens. Then basically they gave it to the chickens, and when they gave it to the chickens started, laying more eggs. Big P said, wait a minute, I got double eggs in here. What's going on? Then, they say, well, wait a minute, this must be some kind of nutrient because they love it, and when they eat it, it actually improves the amount of eggs they're laying. And then they say, well, hey, if it's good for the chickens, let's give it to the cows.
Well,
give it to the cows. The cows started producing more milk. Whoa, this is good. Give it to everything. So everything they gave it to increase their level of nutrition. So that's also good for you because it actually is. And when you look at the level of nutrients, it sort of suffices all of your nutritional needs. It also curbs your hunger. So that means it's good for weight loss. So a lot of people that take it tend to not be hungry. Right. So that's why it's been known to be something for that. So yep, chickweed is really good. So you can add it any way you can get it. There's herb forms and capsule forms. They got liquid forms, all the above. You can add it directly to the green drink. That's correct.
Okay. All right, Dr. P. Linda on the Facebook want to know, is there a natural remedy for a suggestion to help with AFib?
Yeah, well, the AFib issues, I always say start with structural first. I always tell people to, if you've been diagnosed with an AFib, okay, the one issue that they usually don't look at is structural issues. Got it? So that means that, your spinal misalignment issues. I would look for specifically the areas of T2, T5, or cervical C1 through C7. That's what I would look for. I would eliminate that out the equation first. Because people have come through and got the RM3A and were told they had an AFib, but guess what? When we looked at their numbers, they had some kind of misalignment in the T2, T5 area. So with that, car accidents, falls, things like that, have a lot to do with. Structural issues go a long way. They don't want to give the props to the chiropractors, but the chiropractor's been telling us for a long time that there's a structural issue going on with your back. So even in ancient times, in ancient Egypt, they had levels of chiropractor where they were talking about the spine, and they called it the River Jordan. Did you know that, Big B?
No, I didn't. That one I did not know, Dr. P.
They called it the River Jordan.
Come on, man.
That's right.
Come on, man.
River Jordan. That means it feeds all life to the rest of the body. That's what it does. So with that being the case, the spine is very important and is very critical that, is keeping that alignment going, but also the muscles on the right and left. Dr. Lenny in here, Doc can back that up, I'm sure. And what's happening with that, you have to keep your spine straight. Many people walk like this, B. Like this.
Yeah, man.
I saw this guy get out the car one day, right? And he was going to the ATM. You know how you see people get out the car and get to the ATM. So the guy gets out the car and he goes down like this, right? And I'm next to him. My car is next to him. And I started looking down the ground. I think he lost something. I'm like, no, that's the way he walked. That's the way he was walking like that. Man. I said, wow, man, his back was way over like this, that he couldn't even straighten up. So it's something that you have to take care of. Your spine is very, very critical, and you got to release that. So that's muscles, a lot of tension with the muscles, the myofascial tightness, and of course, acupuncture helps with that too. Dr. Eloise is here. I'm sure she'll tell you also, so keep that in mind. Is Dr. Lenny on right now? Is Dr. Lenny on there?
I know he was there. He was driving. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he's there. He's home now.
Doc, what's up, man? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, glad you made it, brother.
Man.
Love that posture talk, man. Love that posture talk.
Yeah, you love that posture talk, man. Because you and I we see this coming through all the time, and it's not being. I don't think the conversation is being spread enough. A lot of people get the relief, but I don't think in the level where it should be. People really need to know what's going on with the spine. So. And I'm sure you can chime in on that with the muscles. How about muscle fascial? You were talking about how the tightness of the muscles.
Yeah, just simple version, Doctor. Using analogy in the office, the bridge going over Main Street in Manioc, that arch gives the bridge support. And if you look at your spine from the side, that same arch you should have in your neck. And just like the skin of my hand, this is relaxed. That's not. And most of society, the phones, the computers, pillow underneath your head.
Yeah.
And now the kids, you're going to lose that arch, and then that puts that loading on the base of that upper thoracic spine, the T2, T5 area that you talk about so frequently. And, we don't cure AFib or any of that back pain, neck pain, just try and clear that pressure out. But the muscles, move the bones, and when that restriction develops, things aren't functioning optimally, and that can lead to pain or dysfunction, but it's going to compromise that flow from the brain to the body. And I don't have the tagline of not to diagnose, treat, or cure any disease, but food for the soul.
Yeah,
but
there you go, brother.
Go ahead, go ahead.
We don't cure anything.
That's
we try
right.
and allow your body to function at its best. So
right. So we give them the best chance for recovery. That's what we try to do. Keep things in balance. But Doc, I want you, because I've been trying to get you for the last every time for the last 3 weeks. When you get off, I think, you know what? I forgot to talk to Doc about the event that's coming on. So come on, tell us about what's going on. You got an event coming on.
Throw it in the chat. Yeah. So it's an event. We're just hosting it at the office, but it's a Wim Hof breathing and cold plunge. And a lot of people have heard some great things about cold plunge. A lot of people are scared of cold plunge. But basically the breath work alone is one of the most amazing things that I've been through in my path. And I heard Neetha talking about the person that catches you when you fall down, picks you up. And definitely, I am absolutely on the same journey we're all on, trying to work on being improving things, but definitely nowhere near perfect. But the breath work has been amazingly powerful. These gentlemen, they are Wim Hof certified instructors. So Wim Hof, if you're not familiar with who he is, he's got like 27 different world records for ice submersion. They injected him with botulism, and the mind-body connection end of it, his nervous system was able to fight that off without him having any trace of it. Really, really amazing guy, and has done a lot of like experimented on himself work, but basically shows how the body can heal itself in a phenomenal way. And he used cold to overcome his wife. Jumped out of, I believe, an 8-story building when they had 4 young kids, and he really was in a tough spot, and he used the breath work and the cold plunge stuff to heal himself, and now he's sharing it with the world. So the 2 guys that are doing it are instructors, and they're really, really amazing guys. They've been on their journey as well, and they're coming to the office on June 11th for a breath work seminar, and then the cold plunge afterwards. I've been doing the cold plunge regularly since I got in with these guys a couple years ago, and definitely a big part of my morning routine. But it's open invite. It's all like through them. We're just kind of hosting it and trying to put it together. But Dr. Paul's going to be there. Yeah, and we're going to be doing some breath work and cold plunge. To have you. So
I'm going to take the plunge. I'm going to take the plunge.
When is it?
June 11th, 2:30 to 6. I'm going to send you. I was just typing it in the chat now. I appreciate that, Doc. But it's really, really powerful, and it's a great tool for the toolbox for you to use, times of stress or proactively to try and really get in touch with your body. And breath work, you can do it anywhere, anytime. The stuff that they do gets really deep. I do a lot of stuff on my own, and I can't touch the level that we get into as a group. And it's really, really profound and powerful. Don't let the cold plunge scare you. It's a thing. You might be a little cold for a couple minutes, but you'll be cool.
Yeah, mine shuts it off.
So Doc, just for those who don't know what a cold plunge is, just real briefly, if you can.
Cold plunge.
Big tub filled with ice, and you work on your breath work, and you get yourself nice and cold underneath there. A lot of athletes use it for recovery. A lot of physiological benefits, helps in enhance circulation, burn brown fat, tons of benefits, and really can help physiologically in a lot of ways. So some cool stuff on there.
Yeah. Are you doing it at your office, Dr. Lenny?
Yeah, I wasn't sure where we were going to do it based on the response, and I kind of had to make a decision. So we're going to do it at the office, and we'll fill up, however many people can join us. But I'm going to put a link in there. It's all through them. We're just kind of hosting it there, but there's a link that I'll post right now.
Now, Doc, if they want to call you to ask more questions about the process, and, of course, some people want to know, of course, they're going to say, if I have a chronic condition, is this going to be, something I need to be concerned about, or anything that they need to know? What number you want them to call?
Feel free, honestly, to reach out to my cell, 215-668-9616. It'll save the, back and forth in the voicemail. I'm hard to get a hold of, but feel free to. And I'll get you either early before my morning, before I start the office, or after around this time. So
okay, one more time that number so that everybody can hear.
215-668-9616. I'll put that in the chat too.
Okay, thank you, Doc. Appreciate you, man. Looking ready for the plunge.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
Is there anyone who should not do this?
That's a great question, and I don't want to say, everybody should. If you have a health challenge that's substantial, I wouldn't want to be like, yeah, you should. That you should be fine. I don't want to check with your doctor first kind of thing, as a disclaimer. I don't want to, I can't clear everybody by any means. It's not my thing. But it's something that you typically can get a lot of benefit from, even with a lot of chronic conditions. But I'll happily pass that on. I'll give you their information. They have a lot more experience with doing the workshops and can give you a little bit more of the, who I'll ask them to for any contraindications and whatnot. There's people that have had a lot of benefits from things, even with whatever heart conditions, those sorts of things. But I don't want to think, oh yeah, everybody's fine. Definitely, there is some potential people that should not do it, but I don't want to.
Yeah. So always check with your doctor before you do anything. But this is something that definitely helps to get the system stimulating the neural passage of the body to function, to now shock your system into doing and to waking up. It's a waking up piece. And I think that the breathing alone, Doc, is something that people just learning, when people sit down with me, I would say about at least 65% almost 70% of the people are not breathing right.
Right.
And so that really means a lot. Yes, higher. It's probably higher, definitely. So, we thank you, man. And remember, that's going to be June the 11th. That's going to be at Dr. Lenny's spot. That's 8151 Ridge Avenue, y'all. So that's going to be 2:30 to 6 o'clock. If you want more information, 215-668-9616. Thank you, Doc. Appreciate you, man. All right. Thank you, man.
Okay. Dr. Paul, Lynn had one more question before we go up to the camera in the corner. She says, if you have tinnitus, and I have it really bad, and I can't get the noise out of my head, what will help to calm this down? And I thank you for any assistance you can get.
Yeah. Anything remember, that's a structural. I always say, any vertigo, tinnitus, anything like that, you got to eliminate the structural issue first, because if there's, some sort of subluxation or any type of contraction going on with muscles and things like that, it's going to cause a problem. You got to eliminate that off the top, then move forward to see if it's your diet. Are you eating the things that cause inflammation, with the nerves, or, your dehydration, the concentration of the foods that are, pulling the moisture and the potassium and the magnesium out of the body. There's a lot of things that we have to troubleshoot. But hear me, family, you got to look for structural first. Eliminate that off the table, because there's no herbs, there's no vitamins, no minerals that's going to help you with that until you get that structural issue first. Make sure you're checked out. So go to a chiropractor, get your, you can also go to, acupressure, things like that. Those are meridians. You got a lot of things that we have to check for, but.
Could I just interject?
Sure, go ahead.
I do live with MS, and I know that that's one of the symptoms or one of the things that you can get based on having an MS chronic, issue. So I've gone to the ear doctor, but the other one that does more of that in-depth analysis of what's going on. And yes, tinnitus is there, but she said that I'm too young yet for hearing aids. But I am 58, so I just don't know how to make this noise stop besides playing, brown noise, pink noise, white noise at bedtime.
Now, have you tried, they've already talked about the crystals in the ear also? They talked about the crystals? Okay, do you know about the crystals in the ear?
No.
Okay, that's a very common cause for vertigo also. So there's a treatment, that's a process called the Epley maneuver. EPLEY maneuver. Okay.
Yeah, my mother's had that done.
Right. So it's just a matter, you can do it yourself. It's, if you go online, it's just a process of restructuring the crystals in the canals of the ear. So because sometimes they will get out of balance based on the way we're standing, sitting. So it tells the brain your head's up, your head's down, your head's to the side, to the right, left, whatever. So if you have not had that adjusted, you may want to try that. Okay, it's called the Epley maneuver. Now, a chiropractor can help you with that.
Okay.
Or you can go right online and you can see, if you punch in YouTube, Epley maneuver.
Now, you're saying that's for vertigo or for tinnitus?
That's for vertigo and tinnitus.
Okay,
tinnitus,
cool.
ringing in the ear. Yeah,
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay,
so
great.
anything that's going on with that, you got to look at those crystals because sometimes you have some level of, watching your heads moving forward, Shoulders should be in line with the ear. Got it? Just keep that in line. If your shoulder's out of line with the ear and you're moving forward, you might have to have a brace in the back. We have that thing called the one of the things that I always tell people that, the Hempvana, HEMPVANA. It's a brace that you can use, that you can get it right at Walgreens or somewhere. Something really inexpensive, $20, made out of hemp, helps to keep the spine straight. Stuff for you, make sure you're not leaning. Okay.
Yeah, mine is right here, Dr. Paul.
There you go. There you
Karen
go.
has this right
See
there.
Karen right there. There you go. There you go. They call that the straight 8. The straight 8.
Yep.
Okay. It's like a starter piece. It's a starter piece. Thank you, Karen. Appreciate you, buddy. And let me tell you, a lot of people have seen some results from that. My son has one. He's always on the computer all the time because he's doing a lot of video editing.
Yeah, that's my problem.
It's the point of we're not knowing, just like Doc was just saying, we're all moving forward, whether consciously or unconsciously, everything is forward. This generation with the cell phone and the laptops and the, desktops and all these things, electronics, causes you to lean your head forward. And day after day, that takes a toll on you. And then you said you were dealing with MS also?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, so that's dealing with the myelin sheath, right?
Right.
So you got to start to now deal with also cleaning the blood at the same time. Got it? See, the myelin sheath has a lot to do with, autonomic disruptions.
Okay.
So with that, there's certain herbs that are used for that. Not to say that's your situation, but just in general, there's herbs that are specifically used for things like gotu kola. GOTU. Second word is cola, KOLA. Gotu kola.
Okay.
Another one is Bacopa. BACOPA. Got it? Bacopa.
Okay.
These are used traditionally for helping with the regeneration of the myelin sheath. Got it? So that means that protective coating over there. But that means also you got to watch certain foods, right? No shellfish, right? Wait a minute. You like shellfish for real?
I mean, I don't eat it fried. I will have it raw.
Ooh.
That bad?
Oh yeah, that's real bad.
Yeah,
you got to get away from the shellfish. Number one.
Worse, raw. Jesus.
Yes, that's the number one cause for that. See, remember. Yeah, shellfish, y'all. Shellfish. Remember, shellfish, you got to look at it from God's perspective. Y'all know I always tell y'all the God's story.
Yeah. Well,
I always see God in everything, right? You see God in everything. Yep, that's right. So remember, God said, hey, I got this beautiful ocean I just created. I need a cleanup crew because poop falls where? To the bottom of the ocean.
To the bottom.
So if it's bottom on the ocean, whoever I put down here to clean this up, I can't give them a soft body because the pressure of the ocean would crush their body. I got to put a suit on that guy. That's the shell. The shell is the exoskeleton. That's the arthropod. And the arthropod's job is to clean up the ocean. That's it. That's why he has that shell, that armor to protect him. His exoskeleton is on the outside. Ours is on the inside. But he also handles a lot of bacteria, virus, fungus, and a tremendous amount of parasites. Mm-hmm. That's why it's saying we say that is not to be consumed. That's why the Bible is very clear on those things in Levitical laws. Yep. So which we want, you got to stay away from that. And then just add a little bit more to that. They're pulling them from the contaminated beds where all the oil spills are. So now you're getting a little bit of you're getting a little bit of petroleum, you're getting the barium and the titanium and all that other stuff. And guess what? It goes in and damages your myelin sheath. Got it? Start to see the tremors. So be careful with that. Fins and scales. You can eat from the ocean, but it's got to be what? Fish, that's what? Fins and scales. Y'all know what fish and fins and scales are, right?
Right.
Is this mic on? Maybe. Let me see. It's gotten real quiet.
So I can have sushi, is what you're saying?
Fish with fins and scales.
That have fins and scales.
They
got Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. Those are the two places you will find the law.
Okay.
Leviticus 11, Deuteronomy 14. Don't trust us. Go to the word.
Yeah, so to the word. That's right. That's right. So remember, fins and scales means they're upper swimmers. If they're fins with no scales, they're down there with the, with everything else and the bad stuff, right?
With the poopers scoopers.
The poopers scoopers. That's right. That's what the catfish. No catfish.
Yeah.
No catfish.
Okay, I don't eat that. Okay. I'm sorry to take up everybody's time.
That's all right.
No problem. No, this is good.
That's a good thing, Lynn.
Lynn, this is good. This is very good because you just opened up a good question for a lot of people. This is helping somebody. First time, a lot of people don't hear this, but this is what I talk about this all the time, but sometimes people don't hear it right in the way and deliver it in the way that should be delivered. So also remember things like flounder. Bad. Flounder's down there. He's a predator. He's not one that cleans up, but he's a predator. So he's actually exposed to the bottom. So that's the sole family. So sound, when you got things that are on the bottom, flatfish, that's the halibut. All those are, those are the ones down there. They floundering around.
Just chilling.
Just chilling. Swai or shway, that's another one. Or the bassa, that's bad. Because they're what? That's the Asian catfish. So we just want to be upper swimmers. That would be things like whiting, sea bass, red snapper, the kingfish, the cod. What else, Big B? What else we got? We got all kind of porgies. Y'all know y'all love some porgies.
Well, hallelujah.
Perch and porgies and all of the blues.
Y'all better leave me alone. What you say?
Yep, all of them back in the day. I had some kid come in and say, "You talking about all them old people fish?"
That branzini, Dr. Paul, is very good. We tried it out.
The branzini is very good, very good, very good. So there's a lot of choices out here. So what are you looking for? Fins and scales. You shall freely eat. That's what the word says. So keep that in mind. All right.
That's right.
So hopefully, Lynn, that helped you out a little bit. Okay.
It did very much. I appreciate your help.
Okay.
Thank you.
Very good, Lynn. All right. All right, Karen, you up there, buddy? I see you. Pop in. There you go.
Yeah. If Rose healed thyself want to go first,
Rose,
then go ahead.
Rose, go ahead. Rose.
Hey, Rose.
Go ahead, Rose. You're up. I saw you come off. You unmuted yourself, so you may now go.
If she's not going to go, I'll go ahead and go.
Okay, she may not be ready. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Good evening, everyone. I'm the one that's furthest away. I'm in outer space at Saturn, so I got.
I am not touching you.
So
I'm the farthest away.
Yeah. So
you must be with Gail.
Yeah.
I was out there among the nebulas too. We out there in space too.
So that was great preaching earlier, Nita. I'm gonna have to replay this and take copious notes and whatnot and look up some things. But that was great.
Call me anytime, Karen.
Oh yeah. I know. Thank you. No, I don't have a question. I just have a comment. Dr. Paul, your the show on Saturday and Sunday, you had some nuggets there, man, and I saved those and going to re-listen to those. On Saturday, the root canal cover-up, that book that was mentioned, I went on, it's out of print, but I ordered one off of eBay. Pay a whole lot more money for it. So that was a golden nugget there. And then on Sunday, the bacteria you were talking about, like keyboards, the phones, the vacuum cleaner, which people don't think about. So I just wanted to let you know those are some good nuggets, as always, every weekend. But
appreciate you.
I just wanted to mention that. So
thank you, man. Appreciate it. But you know what? Karen, we don't think about this stuff. Ain't that crazy? You say, man, I'm on my keyboard every day. And on my phone, when somebody said, let me use your phone, that's the nastiest thing you ever
in the world, man.
Yep.
And people take their phones into the bathroom, which is nasty. But I have and no offense to people that do that on the family tree, but I have a what's called a phone soap, and actually I did it earlier tonight. Occasionally I'll put my phone in the device and it has the ultraviolet light on the front and bottom when you close it.
Mm-hmm.
And it will disinfect it for like 2 minutes. And I always do, I double up on it. And then when it comes out, I wipe it clean and all. So, but those, you mentioned something. I know you didn't get to finish one or two at the end of the show, but again, I just wanted to commend you. Good nuggets this weekend, as always, every weekend. So.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, man. You know, back to you, brother. You
gotta stay on
and
him, Karen.
you gotta stay. Big B, stay on me, man. That's right. That's right. Big B, stay on me. All right, Karen from outer space. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
All right, man. All right, Rose. You just unmuted me. Come on.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes,
got you, Rose.
Great.
Hey, Rose.
Thank you. It was so sweet of you, Karen, to let me go first. I couldn't get my audio correct. But I just want to ask one question. Well, two. The strain of measles you speak about, Dr. Paul, is that the one that we may have had when we were like same strain that we had maybe 60 or 50 years ago?
Well, definitely is not. You know, whenever you're talking about, these, of course, these things mutate, so what we're looking at, they're just telling folks that if you've had chickenpox back when you were young, that it could be dormant, things like that. But yeah, we're looking at a whole nother level of dynamics.
Thank you.
We call that the mutagenetic rate for what we have experienced now is way above what we used to have. That's why you just have to keep up with those things that really help you to build your immune system. You got to stay on top of this. Any of the viruses, period, they spread fast. They're very fast. Their viral load ability to, that's why they spread faster than any bacteria issues because they move and they replicate. You remember I showed y'all the picture of what a virus looks like? Y'all remember what it looked like? Y'all remember that?
It was nasty.
It was nasty.
Yeah, creature from outer space.
Look like something from outer space. Look like a rover landing, from the moon.
Yeah, man.
And it's got a needle that goes straight down. It's like it's almost like it was actually designed. It was created, So
Thank you, Dr. Paul. My other question is the 2 herbs you suggested for a person. Well, you did a lot of them, but there was one chickweed. I know they spelled that one, but there was a couple that maybe spelled with a J or G. Gerisum.
Gynostemma?
Yes. How do you spell that, please?
Yes. That's GYNOSTEMMA.
Yeah.
And how much is, and what's the other one that sounds a little bit like that one, please?
Gymnema. GYM as in Mary, NEMA. It's big. I call it just Gymnema because the full word is Gymnema sylvestre, but it's Gymnema, just Gymnema, GYMNEMA. So if you can remember that. Yep, all of those are good for regeneration of the pancreas. You remember we talk about the pancreas is, when we talk about diabetes, 3 vital nutrients are depleted from dehydration and concentration. That's chromium, magnesium, and vanadium. And that's what the pancreas needs in order to regenerate this thing called insulin, which is the turnkey, allows your body to absorb the nutrients from the liver producing glucose. I need to open the door. So that's what the insulin does. It opens the door. But if you don't have that insulin, you can't open the door. Diabetes. Got it? That's the key.
Thank you. Thank you, Lisa, for putting it in the chat. And thanks again, Karam.
All right.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate you.
There's a hand up. Says iPhone.
That in the chat. How you spell that?
And
did you get the spelling on that? The Gynostemma? I think Prophet has got that on there. Yep, she got it. Yep, she got it.
Knowing her, she did.
Sylvestre is Sylvestre is that's we'll get the correct SEL. Gymnema, GYMNEMASYLVESTRE. That's Sylvestre. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good stuff. All right. Who we have? Let's go to Facebook. We got somebody on Facebook. Facebook always be chiming in. Who's on Facebook? Anybody on Facebook?
Questions. no questions, more comments on Facebook.
Yeah,
But
just more comments.
the one that was very key, because I believe we've talked about Dr. Blake on this show.
Yes, yes.
In the chat box, and from Viola, she said that Dr. Blake's office he's going to be closing his office.
Yeah.
So he's not taking any new patients.
Yeah, I did hear that. Mark told me that. I didn't confirm that, but I did hear something like that. That Dr. Blake is closing his office. And I wish him well. Because when you have doctors that of course, brothers and sisters that are doing stuff, trying to really make it, it's hard because you tend to be not only a practitioner, but you have to be an educator at the same time.
At the same time, yes. So very
and
true.
It's tough, man.
Hard.
It's really tough, and especially with someone as as sophisticated as my brother. He's been on this platform before. We talk about his intricate studies of how he's really, he paid the price, man. He really has shown people how to do it, and he was the only one. Or I'm talking about past tense. I want to talk to him in the future tense because I'm gonna pray that the brother, bounce back from whatever is going on. I say that he's the one doing hydrotherapy. When it comes to colonoscopy. He's dealing with hydrotherapy, which is close to what we do on this side. We do the colonics, and how people are saying it's too invasive when they take the dyes and things like that. But when you take it now with the hydrotherapy, you can clean it out and you can see a lot there. He's helped a lot of people, and continuously I pray the brother does well. So I will reach out and see what I can find out more, but I did hear the same thing. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, we have iPhone up in the corner, Dr. Paul. I see your hand at iPhone, and then there's Celia. You can unmute now, iPhone. There's no name. There you go. I got you.
Hey. How y'all doing? This is Houston, Texas calling in.
All right.
Texas. We got Houston. We got Belize. We got Africa. Come on, bro.
And we got Cam on the moon on Saturn.
Well, we're good. Yeah, Saturn. Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I was calling to ask about. I'm an ex-swimmer from Philly, and I was calling because I was going to start swimming again, but.
He backed out.
You're dropping in and out.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I'm an ex-swimmer from Philadelphia.
Okay.
And so I was going to start back up swimming in my older age.
Mm-hmm.
And I was wondering what the chlorine does to your system.
Yeah. It dehydrates you really bad. That's what it does. Yeah, it really dehydrates the body. I remember we had an ongoing thing, even when we played we played baseball. We said never go swimming the day of a game. We would always say that because you would be so tired, you'd be wore out. It's the chlorine. It has the effects of it's an irritant. It's an irritation. It can deal with your lungs. It can cause a lot of problems. But most importantly, it pulls, the moisture out of the body. So it dehydrates you, makes you very tired. So I would say, just keep those in perspective when you're swimming. Don't stay in there too long. You know what I mean? If you're getting in, because sometimes, of course, swimming is very good for the muscles, and you use muscles that you don't use anywhere else when you're swimming. So it can be very beneficial. Just make sure you shower down when you come out. Got it?
Got it.
Mm-hmm. And also stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Really hydrated. Get your spring water bottle at the source.
I'm drinking my Crystal Geyser.
Yeah, yes, That's right. Now there is, if you're looking at, let me see. Hold up. I'm gonna have to look this up because there is a specific thing that neutralizes chlorine on contact. Let me work on that. All right. While y'all doing that, go to the next person. Let me see if I can look at this. But there is
saltwater pools. You could try that.
What'd you say, Katrina? Hot water pools?
Salt water.
They have saltwater pools.
They have salt water.
Mm-hmm. Look this up. There is a specific line of nutrients. Let me go. Let me look at this while y'all go ahead. Go ahead to the next person.
All right.
So hopefully that'll help you. I'm gonna come back with that one. Okay.
Okay, Cecilia.
Oh, hi. I just wanted to know real quick, where can I find this Thuja?
Thuja?
And is it under another name or something? Because I can't find that one.
Yeah, you can actually. Thuja is there's a brand. Here's a brand. Let me get a brand for you real quick. It's mostly going to be in tincture form. Okay, tincture form. Let me get. I'm gonna put this on. I'm gonna tell you the one that I recommend. And I always say get the ones that are, non-alcohol. Got it? Non-alcohol. Right. Okay, here's one right here. Got it. All right, let me know when you can see this, y'all. You see it? Nope, wrong one.
Nope.
Wrong one. Let's see here.
See, that's what happens when you got 9 screens in front of you.
That's the same.
Yeah, I look like octopi. Looking all around here.
I got 3 screens going on. He's right. I got 4 screens here. All right, let me see here. Let me see. Can you see that?
Yep, that's it.
There you go.
Yep.
That's the one that I recommend right there. It's called Hawaii Farm.
Okay.
That's the one that I recommend. And that's, of course, you can see right here, dry leaf tincture, no alcohol. No alcohol with this one.
I'm sorry, Dr. Paul, I stepped up for a second. What is this for?
Thuja is for viruses. That's what, stops the replication of viruses. So anything dealing with antiviruses in the system, this is one. See, Thuja is the, you ever go out to, sometimes people have like their property lines are lined up with these trees and they're all the same size. Those are the evergreens. So that's what Thuja is. Thuja is an evergreen. It's about the same size all the way around. That's what the deers eat. Yep, that's what the deers eat. They eat a lot of Thuja. And with that, that's what's used for dealing with viruses and the replication for viruses. So anything you're dealing with that's viral, so that's anything from the herpes line to the, of course, we talk about the COVID, all the colds, the flus, all of that. Thuja has always been used for that. I think we don't talk about it enough. But Thuja is one that's used for that. It stops the reloading of the viruses. So it stops it like putting a knife to a tire. There's only 2 that I see that does this. One is Thuja, the other one is lysine. Lysine does the same thing. It sort of stops the replication for it to keep reproducing. And then when you start to do this, Thuja is one of those that has always been known to bring down the viral load numbers. So you can do a lot of research on that Thuja. Very powerful herb. But get the one with no alcohol. Got it? Because we don't want any fermentation. This is one of the only companies that I was able to find that had no alcohol. Most of them have alcohol. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Dr. B. Go ahead.
Yeah. And if we go down the line, let me see here. Yep. This one is. Yep. No, wait a minute. Let me see here. Let me go back. Because there's one. Here it is right here. Alcohol free. There it is right there. There's one with and one without. This is the one without. See, Thuja, alcohol free. There it is right there.
Okay.
Got it. All right. Cecilia, you got that?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
Okay, good deal. All right.
Dr. Paul, I have a question, but I have a problem putting my hand up. I can't get my hand to go up.
That's all right.
You can't get your hand to go up. What's wrong?
I got mine up. What's wrong? What you doing? What you doing? Mine's up.
You mean you need an herb for that? We got an herb for that.
Okay, you can tell me what it is.
All right, what's going on? How you doing?
I have a question. I'm okay. It's Laura.
Okay, Laura. Hey, what's up, Laura?
iPhone Laura.
iPhone Laura. There you go. We got you.
Okay. I have a cyst in my kidney. It's been there for years and years. It's just sitting there. But I'm passing protein. What can I do about that? Is that serious or?
Yeah, always want to remember, you got to watch concentration. You got to master your water, right? You master your water? Did you master it?
I got that. Yeah.
You got that down, right? Half your body weight in ounces, master your water.
Yeah.
Then also watch concentration. Watch your concentration of foods, things that are dehydrating you, pulling that moisture out of you. So watch that. No refined sugar, refined salt, refined oils. Got it?
Yeah, I got all of that down.
Okay, no hydrogenization. Got it? Nothing hydrogenated. Remember that?
Right, yeah.
Okay, no creamers, no peanut butter.
Okay. All this thick stuff, everything that runs
thick,
slow,
creamy,
Pour slow.
Pour slow. You got
That's right. That's right.
Fermentation is the last one. Fermented. Anything fermented. No fermented product.
I don't mess with that.
Right. So some of the things now that you stay away from those now, you got to build up. So whenever you see proteins in the urine, you're usually going to see the foam in the urine. Okay, foamy urine. So what happens is we start to regenerate with things like, it's always when we do the 10-SG, you can see, the protein levels, and people get really panicky about it. Remember, that's also an indicator of stress. Got it? Stress. Got it? Because that's on the kidneys. On top of the kidneys is the adrenal glands. So it's a factor of stress that's involved. So you got to cool yourself down also, because that's where you got to relax. Start to do things on, we say, the parasympathetic level, which is relaxation. One of the things that we do, not to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent disease, just food for the soul, we actually use things like celery. Celery goes a long way.
Well, I've been drinking celery juice, buying celery juice.
All right, just make sure. Okay, just make sure it's good celery. Okay, make sure it's good celery. And with celery, that tends to help with regenerating the fibers that the filtration system of the kidneys. Okay, so stress along with that helps. There are specific herbs that we do that are for that also. One would be dandelion root. Okay, dandelion root. Another one would be juniper berries.
Is the dandelion tea, is that good enough?
Not for you. Not for you. Not for you. You got to watch your teas. The other thing I did not mention is oxalates. Do you do a lot of teas?
Herbal teas, like the ones that you be mentioning. I usually go to the health food store and buy them, and then make the teas, not necessarily from tea bags.
Right, that's okay. But see, you still have to watch out. See, if you're having proteins in your urine, you got to watch out for the oxalates. You know about the oxalates, right?
No.
Oh, this is a biggie. Write that down. You got a pen and pad? Write that down. Okay. Oxalates. 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 Oxalates are found in all plant life, and it's what protects the plant. Now, some plants have more than others, but we know that when you make teas, if you have one that's high, oxalates, when we get them in our body, it binds to calcium. So that can be a problem because that can cause kidney stones. Got it? So you got to really watch this one. You got to punch in. I would just kind of leave teas away from you for a while.
Well, I can still do the red onion tea, right?
Right, but I'm talking about herbal teas. So you know what? One of the highest levels of oxalates, and a lot of people do it and don't realize it, is kale. Kale and spinach. Yeah, a lot of kale, a lot of spinach. A lot of vegetarians and vegans have to come off of eating the kale every single day, because some people are taking it every single day. They're coming in with issues with kidneys. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Has a lot to do with the oxalates. If you know what oxalates are, they look like jagged glass under a microscope.
Okay.
And it's not bad because that's what's clawed to pull, and it cleans the system. But if you're doing it every single day, that's not good. It's too much. Got it? It's too much. So you got to punch in. Whatever you're eating, make sure it doesn't have, especially with plant life, high oxalates. So if you're looking at high oxalate teas, just to give you an idea, black teas would be high oxalates. Okay? Black teas. Also, green tea is high oxalate. Got it.
I don't drink too much of that.
Okay, so oxalate teas. Let me see if I can get one. All you got to do is go to Google, right? Go to Google and punch in high oxalate foods. They got high oxalate food lists. You got to avoid that. Got it?
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, high oxalate. Let me see if I can see one for the family real quick. Let me see if I can grab one. Is that one? Here's one right here. Just to give you an example, I think everybody should know, when you see stuff like this, you got to be careful. And you don't know this because you think you're doing well, but the oxalates can be a problem over a long period of time. Yep. Poppy, let's see here. Grains, fruits, vegetables, grains, proteins, nuts. Let me see here if I can see. Yeah. They're out there. Just I would say Google, because they have different lists. If you're eating a certain food and you're concerned about it, I would say number one, though, for you, Laura, you got to watch those teas, okay? Be careful of those teas.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
All right, Dr. B, there's one question. That's about it. But it's just, Mama, this is from Natalie. It says, my mom has recently been complaining about tightness in the back of her left knee. How should she address this?
Tightness in the back of the knee.
Tightness in the back of her left knee.
Yeah. She may need to.
Anything else going on with that, Natalie?
Yeah, she has to be evaluated. You can get acupuncture helps with that. To rebalance those.
Yes. Hi, Dr. Paul.
Hey, how you doing? What's up?
How are you? Hey, I'm well. I'm trying to get things in order here, but
okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Let's stay with your first answer. I'm well.
That's right. Natalie.
I am well. Yeah.
There you go, Natalie. You gotta put it out in the universe, girl. That's right.
Thank you. I am just a bit concerned here about Wanda, just because there's this pain or tightening. Well, okay. She claims it is not really a pain, but it's like a tightness in the back of her knee. So it's like, how can she?
Yeah, she has to be evaluated.
Address them.
Yeah, you have to be evaluated because you got things like tendonitis. You got issues with muscle strains. Even you got issues like Baker's cyst. I'm hearing too much of the feedback right now. Can you turn your
speaker down?
Speaker down. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
Give me
okay.
1 second. Sorry.
So it's important to get evaluated first to see what that problem is. If there's swelling back there, could be a Baker's cyst, but it could also be meniscus tears. Meniscus tears happen also around that entire area. That's the pad. So you have to be evaluated, and that's only going to happen through a proper scan, some type of x-ray or scan to see what's going on. Any swelling in that area? Did she say is there swelling in there?
She said no.
Sorry.
No swelling? Okay. So it could be a muscle strain. It could be something like that. Usually when you start seeing a Baker's cyst or something like that, that's going to be a bulge in the back. It's going to be a bulge in the back of that area. I would get to someone that can, the doctor that can actually deal with the knees, or someone that can evaluate you first to see where you are. Okay.
Okay.
But stay off the acid foods. Y'all know. Remember now that we talked about all that acid food, right?
I know we did, and I am trying to get her off of those things. But
okay.
Yep. Okay.
I know you're challenged. You're working. Shout out to that.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Dr. Paul.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Natalie.
All right. Alvin Sylvester just popped up. Alvin?
Yes, I have a abdominal hernia. What should I do about that? They want to do surgery because it's shooting right to my stomach.
Yeah. So is it an umbilical cord, or you mean is it like inguinal in the lower groin.
Right in the umbilical cord. And it's like, I had surgery years ago when I was young. And I had it this has been here for over 20 years. So it already popped through again.
Okay, so here's the thing that we do. Before you do anything, remember you got to watch, get your water right, number one. Okay. Now, watch heavy foods. Stay off heavy foods. Got it? Know what heavy foods are, right? No, watch the bananas. No bananas for you.
I was going to say that.
No heavy bananas or anything that has weight to it. See, the whole purpose is that you're just getting a break in the area that it's pushing through. Your intestines are pushing through. It's a little hole there. So what happens with that, it's a hard injury. Any type of hernia is a hard issue, whether it's hiatal, umbilical, or inguinal. And it's hard because they'll put a mesh in there, but the mesh is causing problems because if you gain or lose weight, it's going to stretch or move that mesh, and then now you got to go in and get readjusted. Got it? So here's what we do. Got it? We got to draw the intestines back in enough that they can actually start to heal that area. The problem is every time you get up, gravity is your biggest problem. So when you get up, that hole opens back up again. Got it? It's natural. It's the natural weight of the body. So there is a formula, not to diagnose, treat, kill, prevent any disease, just food for the soul, y'all. Go to this website. Okay, it's called, or you can punch in. It's Magi Herbs, and the name of the product is called Hawthornia. 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 Not to be confused with hawthorn berries.
Right.
Got it? This is a formula. And this is one of the formulas that's used. I would say Magi Herbs is the name of the website. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick. I can maybe let everybody see it. There it is right there. Yep, there it is. Okay, here it is right here. Let me go over here. You still there? Still there?
Yes.
Okay.
Still there.
Okay. So what they're doing, they're saying this is one of the best formulas for regeneration of that area. Okay. This is the herb here. Where'd it go? It just disappeared. There it is. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on? It's moving too fast, Big B. Hold up. Let's see.
It's trying to make you think you.
There it is right here.
There you go.
There it is right there.
The green one.
Hawthornia, the green one. That's it right here. See that right there?
Yep.
That's what's usually roughly 5 million people in the United States have hernias. But since there is no recognized medication to cure the medical condition, except for hiatal hernias, the usual treatment is surgery. And TCM hernias are caused by the general weakness of the chi, and that's the energy. That's the middle chi. What's in that middle area, by the way, when we talk about our chakras? Anybody know what that is, right? What she talking about, the umbilical cord? Anybody know where that is? What chakra is that? All right. Think about that. So the overexertion weakens the muscles. And sometimes it can be something you're born with also. Because sometimes, we'll see children with that. So the whole purpose is that this formula right here is probably one of the best formulas out there that we see change. Matter of fact, they would always say, for years I followed this particular company. They say if you get past about the third bottle, by the third bottle, you should see the change you're looking for. And then if it's past that, then you may have to do something structural, which means, the mesh and things like that, or some other form of which what they're telling you right now, right? So I would say this is something to look into, okay? And it's a combination of herbs that's used to draw in. These are some of the strongest of the astringent herbs. They draw in. They're going to tighten it up so that you can now start to see some healing in that area. Got it?
Okay.
Okay, so that's what I would recommend. That's usually what, and most stores have that. So Wayne Avenue has that store. Are you in Philadelphia?
I'm in Florida now.
Oh, you're in Florida now. Well, you go online.
You didn't ask to go down without us, Albert. Okay.
All right. So Hawthornia is good for that. That's for any areas of any types of hernias. And I'm going to tell you, of those that I see that use that, corrects a lot of problems. Got it? So stay off the heavy foods, though, right? All the heavy foods. Also, something that can help with that to reduce inflammation is the aloe vera gel. Okay, aloe vera gel, usually 2 to 3 tablespoons before you eat. And that means don't eat after 30 minutes. So you take it on an empty stomach, wait 30 minutes. That helps to reduce the inflammation and bloating in the gut. Okay? Keep that in mind. All right? Good stuff.
All right, buddy. That's it, man. We are at the bottom. It's now 9:11. Everybody's all ready to roll.
All right, Dr. Paul, can you answer just one more question? But one question. Does anybody have the information for the sister that had the scalp treatment last? I mean, I can look for it, but
okay,
it will be gone soon. Does anybody have it handy that can put in the chat box for me?
Okay.
The question on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. All right. And I think that was last week that we talked about that. Was that last week or the week before?
Yeah, well, I think it was
last week, I believe.
Okay. All right. So we can grab that, check down in the chat box. But you can also
oil and clove oil. That one, castor oil and clove oil.
No, there was someone that was telling us about a formula that they have, and that she uses this to help regenerate. I think it was her father or someone. I kind of remember that story.
Yeah, father, she cured of George Jefferson.
Yeah. So it's a powerful story. I say, hey, all that stuff work. You use it, try it. See what it does. See, remember, it's the body too. When we're trying to get the hair right. The body says, well, if you put it on top of my head, I don't care how it comes in. I'm going to take it to where it needs to go.
I know that's right. Hey, Dr. Paul, the best way to get the info, if you can't find it tonight, make sure you do what? You put an email and send an email to me because I've got the chat as well as the videos that I'll link in.
That's right. And
go ahead, Dr. B.
Before you go anywhere, Big B, I want to say to the whole entire family, please, let's continue to support Bill over there, what he's doing. Got it? And that means the donation could be something like anything. I really say, I don't get on this horn and start to say much about that because we really don't charge him with anything other than the truth to share the information. But Bill, you do a lot. Big B, you do a lot with the programs and reposting and the editing and all of that. So we really appreciate you, man. So everybody, let's come on, for Big B. Come on, y'all. Come on.
And running Dr. P down too, y'all. Thank you, Big B.
All right.
Thank you, team.
Thank you, Big B. Thank you. Big B.
Providence keeps us rolling.
So Big B, the reason why I say that, because I got Big B, it does a lot of the reposting, and also absolutely Prophetess. Prophetess, you keep us going, you're keeping us tight.
Yes,
you keep us tight. You got to keep us tight with that notes. So with this team, y'all, we trying to keep this thing going. And when we keep it going, we need your help. Sometimes we need support with that because Big B over there, he's working hard. He cracks the whip on me, but I crack the whip sometime. I'll hit him back one time. I'll be careful. I'll be careful. And sometimes, a donation goes a long way. So Big B, tell them how they can be a participant in helping us keep this going. Share this information. That means repost this information.
Man.
Everybody on here, there's over 100-something people on here right now. You should repost this at least 10 times. With someone on your platform, or share it with someone, because that's really what happens. We each one teach one, and all together we raise up. Yeah, we raise up. So.
We average between 150 and 200 people every week right here in the Family Tree. Can you imagine that?
And we stay too, because we've been here for 2 hours, and there's over 100 people still here because it's engaging. This is stuff that people don't talk about. So it takes a lot of time. It's a lot of preparation. So Big B, tell them how they can be a part of this if they want to donate to the Family Tree and how they can help us with this.
You got it, man. As always, make sure you got a copy of tonight's chat. You got to do what? You got to send me an email. Send that email, guys, to meccavideo@gmail.com. Again, that's meccavideo@gmail.com. And to continue to support the Family Tree, you want to use my Cash App, guys. That's $BLMORGAN. That's $BLMORGAN. Now, if you you want to share through your bank, which is Zelle, that ID number, guys, is mechavideo@comcast.net. Again, mechavideo@comcast.net, or you can roll it out to our P.O. Box over here in Mullica Hill. That's Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Again, Bill Morgan, P.O. Box 191, Mullica Hill, New Jersey, 08062. Bring your friends, bring your enemies, bring your frenemies, bring everybody to the family tree. Good night. Yeah.
I want to thank y'all for tuning in. Did you learn anything tonight, y'all? Come on now. Come on.
Always.
Yes.
Thank you for
put your hands together. Come on. Put your hands together.
Yeah.
Get the prophetess.
What's wrong with, and we want to say to the whole family, shout out the prophetess, aka Fingers over there.
In the house.
Dr. Paul.
All right, thank you, prophetess. And she putting that thing down.
I know that's right.
So with that being the case, Big B, again, thank you so much for all that you the whole entire family, because everybody, when we come together, everybody putting something into the pot. Guess what? Everybody learns something. That's
always.
Thank
each one reach one.
Thank you. So thanks for our host with the most, Big B. Let's give him a hand one more time.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, man. All right, Sheena.
Thank you.
And I tell you, I could not be able to do any of this without these two people. These two people are the magnificent ones that keep it going. Sometimes I run it a little late. So God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. And remember, if you're breathing, you gotta stop. All right.
Go ahead, come on.
Hey, what's up, Big
Get a read out.
Put the prophetess information.
Come on. Tap. Marcy said I gotta tap.
Tap police.
Come on.
Marcy's the tap police.
She's the tap police.
You're going to go to the tap police.
Tap. Come on. All right. Come on, y'all. Come on. All right. Come on down.
All right. Yep.
To the right. That's right. You should do this every morning. Y'all do this every morning. Yeah, there you go. Tap. Yep, get them lymph nodes moving. Gotta get this waste out of the system, right? Turn the hand on the inside. Come on, turn it on the other side. Good. On the other side, we do one side, you gotta do the other side.
Yeah.
That's right. Hey, Queen. What's up, Queen?
Hey.
And a half.
All right, tomorrow. See you tomorrow. See y'all. Come on. Shake the shoulders, y'all. Yeah, something good. Shake the shoulders. Come on. I like it running. There you go. Come on.
Like running man.
Come on, Paulette. I see you, Paulette. Paulette up there. She had to get up there, Big B. She's standing.
Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy.
Come on, Clara. Don't just watch now. You gotta do something.
All right.
Got it? All right.
Get it moving, Clara.
Shake. Come on, shake.
Guess what? I have to tell you, Gloria has a YouTube video made by her.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, let's talk about her next week.
That's what's up.
Go ahead. That's what's up, Gloria.
All right. Hands together. Bring them in front of you like this.
All right, Paulette. All right.
1, 2, 3. I want you to try to pull your hands apart. All right.
Cricket,
1,
get in the house.
2, 3, and pull. You feel the outside of your shoulders? Yeah. Stretch and release. Release. Take a deep breath. Take a breath. One more time. Come on. 1, 2, 3, and pull. You feel that outside? Strengthen them shoulders. Good. And release. Good. Take your hands, reverse them, take them all the way up. Oh, this is a perfect song too. All right. Press. Come on, push it up. Press. Right to the beat. Press. Good. And breathe. Good. Press. One more time. Press and hold. And then move to your left. Your other left. Yeah.
This is my left.
one. Let's do one side. Gotta do the other side. Go to your right. To your right. Yes. Yes. Good. 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 And come on up. And bring it on down. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good.
Reach out to me, Andrea, for that info.
Yeah. Breathe in. Thank y'all for tuning in tonight. Breathe out. Good. Yeah, I see y'all dancing out there. In.
Andrea, right there. I got the info for you, brother.
Breathe out.
So hit me up.
All right, one more.
Take a video.
Breathe in. And breathe out. All right.
I haven't been
All right, come on. Let's get some energy going. Get some laughs, energy bath. All right, if you didn't have a bath tonight, you're about to get one. Clap and rub. Clap and rub. Clap and rub. Come on. Clap. Little Qigong. Up. Clap and rub. Shout outs to Botswana. My man Harold. I don't know if he's still awake.
No, he's gone. He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He died. He died.
We also shout out to Belize. We had Belize in the house tonight. We had also Saturn.
Yeah, buddy.
And you in the nebula.
I'm in the nebula, and I'm out in space. That's right. Clap. One more.
Yep.
Hold. Right there.
Yep.
I want you to put it over yourself. Bless yourself. God bless y'all. May God keep y'all. Thanks for tuning in to the family.
God bless you too.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, y'all. Keep it moving.
Come on. Keep it moving, y'all. Keep it moving. All right. Come on.
Hey, I'm gonna join him in the nebula tomorrow.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, you out there too, Bill.
He way out there.
Keep on his space stand. Keep on his space stand.
All right. All right, we're gonna see y'all on the weekend.
Yeah, man.
Where we gonna be, Big B? Where we gonna be, Big B?
Yo, man, come Saturday morning, guys. We're looking at 96.1 FM, 900 AM. Black Talk Media, Philadelphia.
That's right. See y'all on the weekend. God bless y'all. Have a good night.
The green out on Sunday. Same day.
9.
Yep.
8. 7.
Yep.
6.
Yep.
5. 4.
Yep.
3.
Yep.
2.
Yeah.
So we'll see you next week on the family. Love y'all. Love y'all.
You got it, buddy.
Let me back.
Thanks, Big B. Appreciate you.
You got it, man.
Thank you, Providence. All right. We'll see y'all.